Hey unicorns. All right, so thank you guys so much for coming back to see me and visit me and love me. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about makeup. First off, let me start by saying, if I had to count on all my body parts how many times someone has asked me to do their makeup for them, I wouldn't have a heart left. I wouldn't have a toe. I wouldn't have a hair follicle. Like, people don't ask me to teach them, they ask me to do it. And we're not doing this next year. We're not doing this. We're gonna learn. We're gonna figure this out. And we're not gonna learn because we're insecure. We're not gonna learn because our boyfriend wants us to. We're gonna learn because we genuinely wanna know how to do makeup on our own face. We wanna look nice, enhance our beauty, and that's what we're gonna do. However, if you don't feel beautiful like this, see this? Then we have other work to do. But I digress. Let's really talk about what we're here to talk about today. And that is foundation. Foundation. So do you want me to? Want me to? So do you want me to? Alright, so like I said, I have a lot of people ask me to do their makeup for them last year. And this year I want you guys to take control of your skills, and I want to help you along that journey because one, I know it's very vulnerable. Especially if you're not like an artist, you don't feel comfortable with doing things with your hands. Like, it is hard. But I'm gonna make this simple for you, and I'm gonna teach you a couple of things, and we're gonna start with the basics of the basics. I'm gonna teach you how to do beginner makeup and do the whole face. We're gonna do one product at a time, and we're gonna go slow, okay? So if you really like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so you can see the next video, which will be on concealer and eyebrows and lipstick, and you get it, all right? And then also comment below if there's any products in particular you're not sure about, or if there's anything I say in this video and it's unclear, please write me. You can either comment below, you can DM me on _AfricanUnicorn as well. I am here for you, and I want to do this. I want to teach you guys, and I want you guys to be comfortable, okay? So let's get started. Now, my makeup journey. I did pageants a long time ago, so my mom was convinced I was gonna be a superstar. And of course, I will be, right? But that's how I got more into makeup. I had someone doing it for me, and then at some point I needed to learn for myself. My mom actually sat me down, and not everybody has the luxury of having someone to sit them down and teach them how to do their makeup, because a lot of people don't think it's like a important function, and to be quite honest, it's not important. But if you fall in love with it, then it's something that you can add in your life. And sometimes when I do my makeup, I function better because I did something for me that morning, you understand? So let's get into foundation. Let's figure out the steps you need to take to get started in your makeup journey, because some people are starting from zero, and I get it, but I'm gonna help you, all right? So let's start. So the first thing that I want to talk about is primer. Now, I know a lot of people are like, okay, that's not foundation, that's a different product. I get it, but I want to talk to you about this. If you are a beginner makeup person and you're not planning on using makeup on an all-day basis, you're only just trying to go out to dinner with your man, you have one occasion that you're trying to go to and you're like, I'm really nervous about it, you don't necessarily need a primer. But if you plan on using makeup and you're trying to be out all day and you want to do this more on a consistent basis, primer can be a very important function. They have them at the drugstore. This is NYX Angel Veil. This is like at Rite Aid. And then this is actually at Ulta. This is the Professional Pore Primer. So this is better for your pores. This is a very good primer. Do you need it? I don't think so if you're just getting started. If you don't even have the basics, like if you don't even have a foundation, don't worry about a primer, okay? Now, how do I know what color I am? Oh, I don't know, Leslie. I'm so scared to go to the Sephora and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know which one to get. So, first things first, the people at Sephora, majority of them, I'm gonna say like 80% of them like working at Sephora. Same thing at Ulta, same thing at MAC. Most people that work at a makeup store genuinely like working at a makeup store. So go to a person, any person, and ask them, can you match me? And then someone will be happy to match you with your foundation, okay? Now, if you're like, okay, I'm not going to a high-end store, I'm sticking with drugstore, I'm only doing my makeup once for this occasion, fine, go to Rite Aid, go to Walmart, but you can also go to Ulta. Now, Ulta has drugstore foundations. They have two sides usually, the luxury side, and then they have the drugstore side. You can go buy something, if you get an account with them, you can return the product as long as it's 60% full. So you can buy a foundation, bring it home, try it on. If you feel like it doesn't look right, if you're not sure, you can return it, all right? So that's what I would do. Go to a store, go get matched, or if you're at Ulta, have them help you in the drugstore section. Like, they have to help you everywhere. They can't just help you in the luxury section, okay? And once you get matched for the first time, then you start to learn, okay, this is called honey. Most of my foundations have the word honey in it. Or if you're a cool tone person, it will say cool tan, or I don't know, it will say that word cool, and then most of your foundations will start to say cool or whatever the case is. So you'll learn, once you get the color for one brand, you start to realize, okay, like people see me as this color, and they usually have descriptions. You'll learn if you have a cooler tone or a warmer tone when you get your first foundation. And you can even ask, am I cool or am I warm, ma'am, at Sephora? And she'll say, oh, you look cool to me, but let's try a couple of foundations. All right, so that is what I suggest. I suggest going, if you're going by yourself, go to Ulta, go get a foundation. This, I believe, is $8, the Fit one. So I would start with maybe this brand if you were just getting started with makeup and you don't want to spend that much money. And this is Maybelline, all right? Now, if you have drier skin, I would go with the Dewy Fit foundation. If you have combination oily skin, I would go with the matte foundation. I always go matte because no matter what, I'm a sweat. That's just how I am, okay? Now, like I said, you do not have to go luxury, but if you're gonna go with an everyday makeup, if you're like, no, Leslie, I wanna wake up every day and put makeup on my face, you might want to get a better foundation because you're gonna use it. And you know that, you know, the better the products, the better your skin, so you don't wanna put these harsh products or chemicals on your skin. I would go with the pricier one, maybe like Fenty or MAC, or Anastasia's new one's really good. And if you wanna go like very vegan and cruelty-free, Tarte is also a really good brand to go for. If you have any questions about any other particular brand that I did not discuss just now, please leave a comment below and I'll be happy to research it and let you know what I find, okay? So now that we know how to find your color, and now that we know what type of foundation we should be getting for our skin, how do you put it on? This is gonna be my favorite part, all right? So there are multiple ways to put on makeup. I'm sure if you go on YouTube, one person's using a beauty blender, another person's using a circle brush, another person is using a foundation brush. It becomes dramatic. Some people they do that airbrush thing. It's just too much. We're not gonna go there. I'm gonna show you all the ways that you can use it, and then I'm gonna show you and apply it in front of you how I do it, okay? So one of my favorite ways to put on foundation is to use this brush. Please ignore how dirty it is. I need to wash my makeup brushes. But this is like a round, this is a Real Techniques round brush. I don't even know what these are called, but I like it because when I'm in a rush, I can put this on my face really fast and it will blend, and you just do small little circles. The reason why I don't particularly use this brush is because I feel like it takes a lot of my foundation and sucks it into the brush. I feel like I can save on foundation by not using this brush. I'm using a lot more to get the same look as opposed to if I use like a beauty blender. So this is an option. It's easy. It will spread across your face evenly. It's a good beginner brush. Another way that you can put on a foundation is, they also have these sort of brushes. If you go on Amazon and get you a set of makeup brushes, this one usually will come with it. I don't really like it because I feel like it takes a lot longer for me to blend out my foundation. So this is like my last resort brush, but you can use this to apply foundation. It will blend out eventually. Especially if you have a good quality one, then this is a pretty good brush. But what do? I do two things, okay? I will use a flat foundation brush, which is this one, just like a flat foundation brush. I start with this brush, and then after I apply it all over my face and I get it all over where I need to go, I use this to blend. This is how I do my foundation every day. Is my easiest way. Some people just use this, and I just do not have the patience to dab this around. I rather just apply this all over my face and then use this to blend it into my skin, and that's what I'm gonna do right now for you. Let me put my hair up. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take my beauty blender. I'm going to wet her. So beauty blenders, you can run it under your sink, right? So you're gonna run it under your sink, or you could spray it with a spray bottle. I'm not in the bathroom. And then I squeeze all the water out. Yep, right on my lap. Yep, right on my lap. So it should be completely soaked. I'm gonna wet it a little bit more. And there's really good brands. The first brand, my favorite brand, I guess you could say, is the Beauty Blender brand. But if you're not trying to spend too much coin on a beauty blender, because this retails for $20, you can get Real Techniques one. I think that they retail for like $4 for one, and they have the pack of 2s for $8. So you can get a more affordable beauty blender, especially if you're not planning on doing makeup too much. All right, so what I'll do is I'll pick a foundation. I'm gonna pick this Anastasia. I don't really use it that much, so I feel like it would be great. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put on some primer first, because this is what I literally would do. So let me go ahead, put the primer on. One of the things I wanted to add is that the function of a primer also is to minimize pores, and that you can use less foundation on your face because you're putting something there to even out your skin, so you don't have to use foundation to make up for it. So that's why a primer is a good idea to use, but like I said, it's not needed if you're not planning on wearing makeup too often. So after I put my primer on my face, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Anastasia foundation. I'm going to pump it on my hands. I always do like 1 or 2, 3 pumps max on my hand. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take the foundation brush and I'm going to just spread it around my face everywhere, because this is really the function of this brush for me. You can just use this to apply, but I don't like the streaks and I don't like how long it takes, so. So as you can see, I applied that all over my face very quickly. Like, I didn't take the time to make it even or anything like that. That was not the purpose of the first step. The purpose was just to get that foundation at least spread in the most areas, including on top of the eyelids, right above the brow, above my lip, my neck, close behind the ear. I want to make sure that that foundation is just spread out everywhere. And then the beauty blender, I'm going to do short dabs, and this is what's gonna blend it and make it even, okay? So you're not gonna spread it, you're not gonna wipe like this, you're just going to dab it across your face. So I'm gonna start under the eye. And as you can see, I'm bringing the foundation into my hairline. And that, my beautiful queens, is how I put on my foundation. So if you like that technique, definitely comment below and let me know how it worked out for you. And if you hate it, maybe you want to go with, like I said, this round brush. It's sometimes quicker. I just feel like it sometimes can leave streaks on your face. I feel like this is the best technique because it's gonna evenly spread it around on your face. And you know that it will be blended nice, and then you don't have to use too much because the first brush is like a paintbrush, just painting, and then this is going to smooth it out. So this is how it looks. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that this video helped. If you have any questions about foundation, or if you're not sure what to do, or if you have any questions after this whole video, please, like I said, reach out to me. I would be happy to answer any of your questions or concerns about certain products. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I love you unicorns so much. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because the next video will be on concealer. Bye.